oftentimes around this topic, we seem to come to this either or choice when it comes to preventing crime or responding to crime. And I think the answer is not or, it's and. I think that's what we need to be doing. And we've, and some of my colleagues here, Senator Winfield knows how hard I work in judiciary. Representative Nolan knows how hard I work in my district to prevent young people from going down that life of crime. And we need to continue to work on that. There's no doubt about that. And I think that we do that well. But we also need to confess that, in fact, despite our efforts, people are still going to commit crime. And when they do, those victims deserve justice. They deserve answers. And relevant to this bill, which I frankly think we've gotten way off of, we're talking about funding forensic science. It's just a fact that juries today, state's attorneys today, are far more reliant on forensic evidence than we've ever been. And we can have a great discussion about that. Is it TV? Is it whatever? But the point is, that's what people want. And for investigators to sit on a case for 5-6 months waiting for forensic evidence to come back is just not acceptable. It's not acceptable to victims because there's follow-ups after that. And sometimes you're facing time constraints with statute of limitations on some of these issues. And you have sex assault victims sometimes that are waiting months to get some sort of a closure because of the backlog at forensic evidence. So to Senator Minor's original point on this bill, the idea that we're funding this temporarily and claiming that a backlog at the forensic lab is because of COVID. Well, that may be true, but there was a backlog there well before that. I can testify to that personally, waiting months and months for things to come back. And this is something that needs to be funded going forward because victims depend on it. Investigations depend on it. And it's very important. So while it is extremely important that we prevent crime, prevent incidents like the senator talked about happen at his house, and I feel him wholeheartedly, responding to that after. I know the frustrations of cleaning up a mess afterwards and saying, well, it already happened. I get that. I've been there probably more so than anybody else in this committee, saving maybe Representative Nolan. But, we do, those things still happen, and we still have to respond to them and get closure to the victims. And this funding for forensic lab should be ongoing well into the future. Thank you, Madam Chair.